after 5.5 days off in Athens. It was only supposed to be 2 days. I finally got my sorry self up and out of there. I guess it's a good rest to get me through Georgia and into northern Florida. It's about almost 400 miles. I got to go down to White Springs, or probably pass through White Springs instead of staying there in Florida, and go down to Lake City and take a couple days off there. But this leg, I just built it, and I may have bitten off a little bit more than I want to chew as opposed to can chew. So I got 6 days down to Warner Robins, where I am going to take a day off. But then after that, I've got, I just planned it out to bang out 2 weeks without a stop to get into Florida, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, this is turning out to be a nice day. About 70 degrees, and there's heavy fog this morning. And this is a little town of Watkinsville. Kind of a collection of old houses. I just passed one back down this way that was 150 years old. Maybe a little bit older, actually. And the plan tonight is to go to a place called Heritage Park. Although it says no camping, I'm going to try and do it anyway. That's why I'm just kind of taking my time right now. I want to get there pretty close to dark so nobody finds me out. Otherwise, there's not really anything suitable in the vicinity. There's some private timberland, but from the satellite photos that I could see, it looked like it's all full of briar patches and stuff, so we'll see what happens. And also, you know, taking 5.5 days off kind of sucks you in, you know. At the last minute, I was even thinking, well, you know, maybe I can stay another day. And then the other thing too is you get all tightened up, and so I've been trying to limber myself up. I just had some pot roast over there at the cafe, Sunshine Cafe. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's enough. So let's head on down to Heritage Park, see if that's where I end up tonight. And I'm just taking my sweet time. You know, when I was taking the past couple days to build my route through Georgia, Georgia's been different in the sense that along my route, anyway, there's not really a whole lot of public land, or the public land that's there is in the wrong places, and so I reach it in the middle of the day, and I got to keep on moving. But what I've also noticed too, when I've been looking for, say, timberland to camp in, and a bunch of my spots are going to be on privately owned timberland, mostly big corporately owned tracts. When I was looking at the satellite maps and the street view maps, all I would see would be this. And I was thinking to myself, man, it's going to be hard if it's the timberland is all grown over like this. But I've kind of have a little bit of relief here because I'm able to peer in here. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. I'm able to peer in here, and I do see that there are plenty of gaps, and it's not all wildly overgrown, even within the forest floor itself. So that's a positive thing that has helped relieve my mind a little bit. Now, of course, this is only the first tract of timberland that I've come across, so we'll see. But anyway, Take a look at that. Can you read it? Company B, 3rd Georgia Infantry, Spanish-American War. Not many of those guys that can claim to have been in that war. When was that? Was that, I'm forgetting my history. If you want to put that down in the comments, when was the Spanish-American War? I forget. Was it 1898? Something like that? All right, look at this. That's right, a dirt road. I particularly tried to plan my route here in Georgia to pick up as many dirt roads as I could. And the reason being, of course, is number one, that there tends to be a little bit less traffic on dirt roads. And number two, it's much easier on the feet, that's for sure. I think I've mentioned this before. If you ever want to try and find dirt roads in your area, there's a website called, it's either Gravel Map or gravelmaps.com. And it's, I think it's basically crowdsourced from people who have been on these roads and then reported them. This one is called Old Farmington Road. And it's going to cross Highway 441. And if 441 sounds familiar, I use that one quite a bit from Sevierville through Pigeon Forge up into Gatlinburg, and then parts of it in Georgia, northern Georgia, before Athens. And here's another view of some woodlands, and they aren't as choked as I feared, so that's a good thing. Okay, I got a question for you, and I'm holding the camera level, but are those things leaning to the right, or is it just an optical illusion, or are my eyes just being cockeyed today? And then, speaking of optical illusions, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, right there. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. Maybe I can get closer to him. That horse is huge. Let's see if we can get closer to him. Hello there. Did you come over to see me? Yeah. Howdy. I'm hiding my sticks because I think you guys are scared of him. How you doing, huh? Yeah? Here. Let me get rid of these here. There we go. How you doing, huh? Yeah. Okie dokie, well, I'll see you later. Thanks for coming to visit me. I know that clover's there on that side. I shouldn't have given it to you. Now you want some more. Bye-bye. See you later. I pulled up short from where I was going to camp tonight. I was going to, if you recall, go stealth camp in the park over there. But that ain't happening tonight because I was walking on the little road that parallels the highway over there. And I came across this old building, which was appeared to be an old country store. And I was right, it was an old country store and an old post office. In fact, I'll put a picture of the building right here. And there was a guy sitting out there, and so from across the street, from across the road, we yelled pleasantries at each other. Hello, how you doing? And so told him what I was doing and everything like that. And we got talking. He said, "Hey, you want a real neat place to camp tonight?" And I said, "Yeah." So here I am at this pond, and 35 acres, where I don't have to worry about maybe getting kicked out of a park tonight, where the park had a sign that said "No camping." So special thanks to John Cleveland, and if you guys want to look him up, it's John. Look up, Google him, John Cleveland Artist. John Cleveland Artist. He's got some nice artwork. In fact, that building that he owns there, he bought it a number of years ago and turned it into a art studio, and it's also, I believe, where he lives. He lives in that building as well. John Cleveland Artist. But anyway, back to this place here. It's a really nice property, 35 acres, like I said. It's got this pond, and the pond is fed by a spring. It's over on the other end of the other end over there, and it just keeps flowing out. So it's a good place for me to fill up my water bottle tomorrow. Anyway, the other thing too about this place is that he and his son would come down here a lot and piddle around and do things. For instance, he built this little tower for his son, and when his son was 4, he was helping him. And then also, the sad thing though is that Atticus is no longer with us. Atticus passed away actually a month ago. He just shy of his 18th birthday. He'd been dealing all his life, even as a young child, been dealing with anxiety, and then later developed into depression. And he, as a lot of people with depression, it happens, they go through these cycles, and it just happened that one day, a month ago, his son took his life. So if you can remember John Cleveland and also his wife Tammy, Atticus's mother, keep them in your prayers. It's a tough time, of course, and you know, as a parent, you don't expect, I suppose, that your children are going to go before you, but keep John and Tammy in your prayers, and also Atticus too. And you know, it's a time to reflect, I suppose, on people we know, or even ourselves, if people we know have some issues that they're dealing with, whether they're mental, psychological, spiritual, physical, of course. And I guess the thing that these types of events kind of hit home to is that we need to always keep in mind, at the forefront of our mind, that we need to always love each other, and be there for each other, and you know, look upon others with love, no matter if I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just love, you know, man. Just love everybody, and try and help everybody, and always love them, pray for them, help them, and that in and of itself, I guess, helps make the world go round. And I guess when we do good for others, that rubs off, and just like a ripple in a pond here. You throw a stone of good deeds into the pond, and that ripple will go and affect people. Just like if we throw the stone of bad deeds and bad thoughts, that'll go and affect people too. So anyway, so John and Tammy were with you, and I'll make sure to add extra prayers for you on the walk here. And thank you very much for letting me stay here. And thank you very much, Atticus, for directing my steps to your dad there. And nothing happens by chance, right? So anyway, look up John Cleveland, artist, and he's got a lot of nice artwork there. And like I said, give John and Tammy your prayers too. Look how fast those clouds are moving. A little cold front came through here last night. It was basically a gentle rain through the night, and then about 5:30 this morning, wind started picking up from over there. But I had my covering, so that was good through the whole night. So thanks once again, John. I stayed underneath here like you suggested. Kept me nice and dry. And at 5:30 the rains came a little bit, started blowing in here, so I moved over to that side. Got a little spray, but that's about it. So anyway, I think I'm going to have a little bit of a tailwind tonight. The winds have completely shifted just about 180 degrees from last night, so I'm heading down that way. And getting a late start as usual, so I'll probably pull in there at dark. But we'll see. Okay, let's head on out. Question for you. If you're going through miles and miles of woodland like this, nothing around, and there's no trespassing signs or keep out signs or whatever, would you go on that land? Yeah, I think I would. However, came across a sign like this, would you still go on that land?